The action is sort of low key, but they didn't have a big budget behind it. They had a sizable budget because the way, I know it wasn't filmed in New York, but the way it looks great. The rubbles of the city and the terrors of the night. Like he's with this girl Susan Hubley, who used to be Kurt Russell's girlfriend or wife. But she gets taken down to the sewers by the Chuds, and not the Chuds, but might as well be. And a little bit of action. He's like shooting out the wall. Even though when he shoots out the wall and he gets in, it looks like cardboard. That was one thing that bothered me. Like, I know it's low budget, but he shoots the big hole, jumps in, and it looks like cardboard. Like, it has the sound of like paper. It's like, wow, these are really paper thin to a new limit. But I'm like, fuck it, it didn't bother me that much. But I just wanted to point it out. You dick. But what more can I say about this movie? You also have Tom Atkins in a small role as one of the guys with Lee Van Cleef. I mean, it's a great idea. Snake Plissken as an iconic looking and kind of acting performance. It's just an iconic character. Good bits of action. Some little bits of sly humor. Like, you kind of care about these characters. Especially near the end where, they're driving and, Cabby gets killed in the bomb on the bridge. There's a mines on the bridge. And Brian gets killed, he gets blown up. And you have that moment where she sure just does this. And Kurt Russell's like looking at her like, no, don't do this. Then it's like, okay, I understand it and I respect it and I hate to see you go. But what's great is that it's to a point where you don't have to have dialogue for that. You can say that with a look. And they have this look between each other, and it's like, okay, I respect you, I hate that you're doing this, but I respect you. And actually when he gives her like a little smile, like, yeah, definitely not someone, it seems like Snake Plissken sort of judges people in this and the second one. It's like, he looks at people and he sort of finds out how they really tick. And sort of does things that sort of, are you really worthy? Are you really who you think you are? Are you a two-faced some bitch? That's why I like that about Snake Plissken either. Especially near the end where, unfortunately, Barbeau makes her last stand and dies. And actually they run off. Caruso and, the Duke's dead and they're back and they've gotten the thing out. And this is what I talk about Caruso. He has the tape. And he goes, I just want to talk about, all the people who died. The Dow Plaza, of course, in the smud row, well, yeah, I want to thank them for their sacrifice and all this bullshit. And Snake's like, well, fuck you, dude. Fuck you and your high horse. And of course, that great ending where he gives him the wrong fucking tape. He gives him, like, this Broadway tape. And he's walking, smoking, fucking tearing up the tape. That great music, fade to black as he walks out of the camera. Doom, doom. That's a great way to end a movie. It's like, fuck the system. Fuck the system. Fuck the system. I love it. I mean, John Carpenter is like, fuck the system. Fuck authority. Which, I like. I like that about John Carpenter and his movies and his heroes. And, problems with the movie? Some of its low-budget shows. The special effects of the hang glider going into the city. Or like when they're chopping, these people are chopping the hang glider, which actually gives I think Harry Dean Stanton says, goddamn goddamn Redskins, something like that. But and then they chop it and you see the hang glider fall off the building. It looks very, it looks cheap. I know it's low budget, but I could bullshit you, but it does look cheap. And I think James Cameron was one of the guys who worked on the effects on the film. But it is a low budget, and they did what, I would take this over CGI. But I could bullshit and say, oh, they're perfect, but they're not perfect. Again, the hang glider was like, eh. And some of the action scenes, again, for a low budget, it's like they're just very quick, and it's not over the top, guns blazing. And maybe it's a good thing. I was going to say it's a bad thing, but maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it fits the film. It wasn't over the top fucking Michael Bay, which I like Michael Bay movies, believe it or not, but fuck it. But great anti-hero, awesome cast, the way they used the sets were solid, awesome soundtrack, score, characters that you grow to like. I like Adrian Barbeau, and I like even Ernest Borgnine, and Caruso, of course. Fuck you to the establishment. But it's one of those films that some people, the low budget special effects or whatever, but it's not a special effects movie. It's a very solid action film. And yes, I know there's talk of a remake. I'm sure it'll happen sometime. It's gonna suck, but I can't stop it. What I tend to do is sit down and watch this again. I don't really find that too many problems with it. So, I'm gonna sign off. And of course, next time I will be talking about the much hated or despised or just looked down, frowned on sequel, Escape from LA, a film that I do love. And if you want to know why, stay tuned until next time. Thanks for watching. Take care.